Democrat or Republican, boxers or briefs, was that dress gold or blue? Definitely blue. But we at TOYMASTERS know there's only one question that matters in this ridiculously opinionated world we live in. Are these things dolls or action figures? Well, don't worry, because we're gonna put an end to this nagging debate once and for all. After I clean up this mess. Before we get started, we here at TOYMASTERS love and appreciate it all. Dolls, action figures, games, but we've all been there. That moment when the bully called your incredibly impressive Thundercats collection at Show and Tell a doll collection. Before we get down and dirty, let's get to the actual definition of a doll. A small scale figure of a human being used especially as a child's plaything. All right, well, that's vague. All right, let's try something else. Let's get all those dolls that basically call themselves dolls out of the way. Barbie dolls, baby dolls, voodoo dolls, goo goo dolls. No, not goo goo dolls. All right, now let's talk about the guy that broke the plastic mold and blazed a path for tons of kick-ass toys, the OG G.I. freaking Joe.
G.I. Joe, fighting man from head to toe.
Yep, developed in 1963 by Stan Weston, the basic military figure G.I. Joe was licensed to Hasbro, who offered Stan one of two deals: $50,000 plus 1% royalties, or $100,000, no royalties. And Stan took the flat $100,000, ultimately missing out on $45 million. Always take the royalty deal. Now, while G.I. Joe was very much a small-scale human figure, Hasbro decided not to classify him as a doll. Why? Because in 1964, no boy was gonna play with a doll, and more importantly, no parent was going to buy a doll for a boy. All right, before you blow up the comments with hate messages, just know that it was a different time, a very different time. And the good news is that this cultural wall of gender closed-mindedness forced Hasbro to invent one of the coolest toy classification terms ever. Yup, G.I. Joe was the first ever action figure. So what's the official definition of action figure? A small-scale figure as a superhero used especially as a toy. Wait, that sounds a lot like, can we see the doll one again? Wow, okay, so clearly this is open to interpretation. Let's grab some of those on-the-fence figures and break it down. If you're a true toy master, you've definitely heard of the Hong Kong-based company Hot Toys Limited. Their highly detailed, highly expensive collectibles are truly a sight to see. And damn, are they worth the price. Established in 2000, the company initially focused on producing 1/6 scale US military figures before shifting to the high-end licensed figures under their Movie Masterpiece series. They're so badass. These things are clearly amazeballs, but are they dolls? Or are they action figures? Well, the 1/6 scale makes them pretty humanish, but the line mainly consists of superheroes. Point for action figures. But they also come with a slew of accessories. Okay, I'm gonna say it. Dolls. Clearly dolls. Mainly because something this size and this price, you're not having battles with them in your backyard. You're gonna keep this thing on a shelf, safe and sound. Possibly tucked in with you at night. Good job, Hot Toys. Amazing, awesome doll. Next on our list is near and dear to my heart. It's Shira, Princess of Power!
Shira, Princess of Power! The fate of the world's in the hands of one beautiful girl.
Created in 1985 by Mattel as a counterpart to the boys' toy He-Man, Shira was written into the Masters of the Universe as Adam/He-Man's surprise twin sister who had been kidnapped at birth.
You may have defeated us, but you'll never see this child again.
Plot twist! And man, did they roll out the red carpet for it. Everything was customized for Shira. Instead of Castle Grayskull, they got the Crystal Castle. Instead of Battle Cat, Swiftwind. Skeletor was Hordak, you get the idea. And so did a lot of girls as well as boys, including this 4-year-old toy master.
Oh. He-Man, you finally got your sister back.
Hit me up on Instagram if you want to hear about the detailed Shira storyline I had going on with my figures in 1986. But enough about me. Let's get to it. Shira.
Princess of Power!
Is she a doll or an action figure? Well, the commercial flat out calls her a doll.
Shira doll Princess of Power comes with everything you see here.
So sure, there's that. She comes with a comb for her luxurious hair, but she also comes with a sword and sword swinging action. And at the end of the day, she's 100% connected to the Masters of the Universe, one of the best action figure lines ever. So to me, Shira, for the honor of Grayskull, I declare you an action figure princess of power! Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. If you think the immortal Hulk Hogan is gonna stand here and let some middle-aged toy boy call him a doll, then you underestimate the power of Hulkamania, dude. There's nothing wrong with being a doll, Hulk, and it's a good thing too, because what you gonna do, because a doll, I declare you. Created in 1984 by LJN, WWF's Wrestling Superstars was the first in a long history of wrestling toys, all of which totally fall under action figure, but not these bad boys, because retailers love the unintentional 8-inch prototypes so much that LJN didn't have the time or money to put wires in them to really make them flexible, like all wrestlers and action figures should. For the record, this is the most intact Hulk Hogan I have ever seen, and they're floored by how intact he is. If you were to ask my little girls who their favorite superhero is, they will both answer emphatically,
Elsa!
But after Dad-splaining to these adorable 3- and 4-year-olds that Elsa is not a superhero, they would both then say,
Wonder Woman!
and one of the newer versions of this lassoing lass is this Superhero Girls line.
You can team up with DC Superhero Girls. Wonder Woman, fearless leader, superhero power, meet girl power.
Yeah!
She's obviously a superhero, but she comes with a whole bunch of accessories like this whole business casual outfit, on top of the ability to make my girls cuddle with her at night. All of this just clearly makes her a doll. But what happens when we shrink her down to a 6-inch version? This even confuses Amazon. In the title, they call these 6-inchers dolls, but then in the description, they label them as action figures. Never fear, Amazon. I will clear this up. These ladies, plus this guy and a pig, are as action figure-y as you can get, from the scale to the simple accessories and the fact that they all come together in a superhero squad. So I declare all of these little ones action figures. And you know I speak the truth. Okay, I dissed her before, but in all honesty, Elsa is a pretty action-packed superhero princess. She's the only one who could shoot ice out of her fingertips, which means she could take any supervillain down with her superpowers. Or super vocals. Disney's Frozen franchise was an instant hit, as kids everywhere fell in love with Elsa and Anna, the orphaned princesses from Arendelle. And as with all Disney princess movies, it inspired a whole line of really awesome toys for girls and boys alike, including the next one on our list, the Snow Powers Elsa doll. Sure, it's a self-professed doll. I mean, just look at the title. An LJN Hulk Hogan would come looking for me if I didn't call this unarticulated toy a doll.
Brother!
But it freaking shoots ice! I don't know many dolls that can blind a camera guy. Okay, Elsa, you might have been marketed as a doll, but let it go, because you are an action figure. Now protect me from LJN Hulk Hogan.
What you gonna do?
Next on our list is Mego Toys, the first company to ever get DC and Marvel to get along. Good luck trying to make that happen again.
You can make them fly or jump or crash your wall. Superhero action figures over 7 inches tall.
Each sold separately.
This wonderful toy line came out in 1971 and filled the undying need kids had to play with their favorite superheroes.
Superman, Batman, Incredible Hulk. You can make them do their thing. Even make Spider-Man slide down a string.
And right away, you want to say action figure, right? Superhero, small in scale, good articulation. Sun's out, guns out. But they had cloth clothes that could come off and be interchanged. And if you didn't swap out the outfits to make Superman and unmasked Batman, you have not lived, bro. And are these oven mitts? Like, after a long day of crime fighting, did Robin, need to get his bake on? Holy burnt brownies, Batman! You're still an action figure, but feel free to bake your souffle at Barbie's Dream House this Sunday, Robin. Next on our list is one of the many versions of Rey and Kylo Ren that have come out over the last few years. Some are unquestionably action figures, some unquestionably dolls. But these are described as adventure figures. So, Scale feels doll, but it's Star Wars, so that kind of spells action figure. And I think because they come in a 2-pack, lightsaber battles are not only implied, but they're encouraged. Hit us up in the comments and help me out with this one, because it's just a little too close to call. And I also really just kind of want to get back to the lightsaber battle. Will they, won't they, will they, won't they, will they, won't they? And he lost his hand too! Ha ha! Irony. Okay, so unsurprisingly, we've landed all over the place. And at the end of the day, it's all really in the eye of the beholder. Bottom line, screw stereotypes, labels, haters. I'm just gonna keep playing. Not because they're dolls or action figures, but because I'm an overgrown man-child and toys kick ass. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more Toy Masters.
So